Hello and welcome to the channel. I bought the cheapest BlackBerry that can still be used as a smartphone in 2025. But the question is it really a smartphone? We're talking about the BlackBerry KeyOne, released in April 2017. Before buying a BlackBerry, you need to do thorough research. First of all, BlackBerry servers were shut down in 2022. Besides the fact that the company's services can no longer be used, if you reset a device running BBOS 10, it's very difficult, sometimes even impossible, to get past the BlackBerry ID registration screen. So don't bother unless you really know what you're doing. I bought mine from AliExpress for 130 euros and received the BBB 100-1 model made for North and South America and Japan. Still, it works great in Europe. It registered instantly on the Orange network, and I have HD voice, meaning VoLTE, without making any extra settings. The phone is brand new and looks great. I also received a charging cable and adapter that seem original. Fortunately, the rubberized back hasn't deteriorated at all in 8 years. It looks and feels perfect. What you need to know, the screen is 4.5 inches, and if you're used to a 6.7-inch screen, the transition is pretty painful. The iconic keyboard, although I couldn't wait to use it, is so small and cramped that there's a fairly steep learning curve. It doesn't compare to the keyboard on the last BlackBerry I used, the Q5, which was larger and more spacious. Which popular apps work? YouTube, YouTube Music, YouTube Studio, Gmail, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, Discord, ChatGPT, Bolt, Uber, Netflix, Disney+, Prime Video, Temu, Shine, and AliExpress. But do they really? Instagram stutters, while TikTok is a bit better, but not perfect. You can watch videos on YouTube and streaming services. I have Sky Showtime, and I assume Netflix and Prime are similar. Which notable apps don't work? eBay, IMDb, and most banking apps. Some might still work in certain countries if they continue to support Android Oreo. However, Revolut does work. You can still use Chrome for the web versions of apps like IMDb or your banking service. I also installed several games, including Asphalt 8, Unite is not available, Angry Birds 2, Candy Crush, Crossy Road, Mortal Kombat, Real Racing, and Subway Surfers. After testing them, here are my conclusions. There was no way to properly control the car in Asphalt 8. Candy Crush, Crossy Road, and Subway Surfers suffer from significant lag. Angry Birds 2 and Mortal Kombat take ages to load. Real Racing is the most playable of the bunch. I'm sure you'll find other games that run just fine, but performance will vary. So, where's the problem? The phone is underpowered. Even back in its day, the Snapdragon 625 was a mid-range processor. On top of that, there's a noticeable lack of RAM. 3GB just isn't enough for demanding tasks. So, I would advise you to close resource-hungry apps before opening others. The 3500 mAh battery is also underwhelming by today's standards. You can expect around 4 to 5 hours of screen on time, but not much more. It also charges quite slowly at 18 watts. Nice animation though. What about the cameras? The rear camera is a 12 megapixel sensor, the same used in the Pixel 2 and 3, but the results are more modest. BlackBerry lacks Google's computational photography capabilities, and the camera has no optical image stabilization. The results are decent in low light though. The phone supports 4K video, but without OIS, the footage is shaky and chaotic. However, if you stick to 1080p at 30 fps, you do get electronic stabilization, which improves things a lot. So, what's cool about this phone? The build quality, the design, and the keyboard, which can be used like a computer keyboard with shortcuts and additional functions using Shift and Alt. It's also capacitive, meaning you can navigate by swiping on the keyboard without even touching the screen. I disabled all the BlackBerry apps that could be disabled, such as BBM, Hub, and Calendar, to avoid having apps running in the background doing nothing. The phone has a capacitive fingerprint scanner embedded in the space key that is quite accurate and fast. It can be used also for taking photos that can be stored in the locker. So what else can you do? You can mimic a minimal phone. If you're into that, you can download the O Launcher from the Play Store and have a minimalist view on the home screen and app tray. You can enable developer options, look for simulate color space and choose grayscale. And voila, you have a minimal phone for 130 euros. I hope you enjoyed the trip back in time. Let me know in the comments if you have questions about this phone. Bye!